Hello guys, Tail Trader here. So, does LDP work? Does LDP work? I know all of you know LDP, whereby you can say if the last three digits were even, you can trade odd, or if they were odd, you can trade even. So, does it work? Uh, the answer is yes and no at the same time. Because even when you decide now to trade like just randomly, it will still work. But what I realized back in 2024, you realize that probably early in the morning sometimes it does not work, and then during the day around before 4 p.m. East African time it works. Later in the day does not work, but you have to know when it works. So for example, at night I used to use like that's between 6 p.m. to 9 p.m. East African time. I used to use like 4 or 5. If the last 5 digits are even, I'll trade odd. If the last 5 digits are odd, I'll trade even. That's the time that many people are actually trading. So it's also affected by the number of people and the style they're using to trade. So you have to find out how it works for you. So you have to test it at different times and look at multiple conditions so that you know when it works. And I used to now just take one trade, not many trades. I just take one trade. So if I get an entry point, I take one trade. If I get another entry point, I take one trade. But then there is this other one where you can wait for like five odd numbers, and then you trade even, but not one trade. You take like 3, 4, or 5 trades, and with that, actually don't use the deriv bot or the normal bot. I use a speed bot, not just a deriv bot that is named speed bot. That's not a speed bot. A bot that trades at every tick. Every tick, it trades at every tick. Where can you find this bot? Just head to naivetrader.com. The bot that's there is actually a speed bot. If you configure any of the bots, you can just configure your own settings. It will actually be a speed bot. It will trade at a speed of every tick. But now I'll configure that bot to do the analysis for me. And then once it gets an entry, once it gets like those five trades, the last five ticks were, let's say, even, it trades odd for like 5 trades. So I'll specify I want you to trade odd for 5 trades. So it will take 5 trades and then stop, then wait for the signal again. Take 5 trades, stop, and wait for the signal again. And you can actually define that. You can actually say I want you to take 5 trades, 6 trades, but mostly around 5 trades or even 3 trades, whichever you like. But 5 trades is usually decent, so that you know like if I had like, because sometimes you even get even 10 digits as odd. So when taking like many trades, it will really go bad for you. So and that's how I actually do it. That's for the even and odd market. That's one way you can do it. If you don't want to use percentages, you can do that. You can use that, but it's usually not the same. So I hear people asking which is the best now digit to look for. Is it the last 2 digits, 3 digits, 4 digits? It depends on the market. For example, like on tiltrader.com, as you guys know, you use tiltrader.com to do our analysis. When you go to tiltrader.com, then analysis tool, then even and odd, then even and odd LDP, it can show you like, it will not just show you a single line, it show you like a grid where you have like how the market was actually changing. You'll realize that okay, it's going like 3 odds, then goes to even, 3 odds, then goes to even. So you realize that oh, so I can actually use 2 now, then I can use 3. And on Tilt Trader there is actually an automation whereby you can even add like AI sync. AI sync will be changing that number, but that's not a speed bot. Actually trade with a normal speed, just like deriv, but it's a little bit faster than deriv, but it actually trades with the normal speed. So it will be adjusting that, it adjusts that number, but there you cannot actually add like 5 trades, but it will be adjusting that number. If it sees that the market is actually converting after like 3, is actually changing from even to odd after like 3 odd numbers or 3 even numbers, it actually be changing that number. So just the Tutorial Trader, you can actually see that if you are not concerned about the speed. But if you are concerned about the speed and you want to use a speed bot, just head to naivetrader.com. We have the advanced speed bot. And I know maybe it's a little bit difficult to configure for you. Just watch the video that I've pinned on my TikTok. It's also on YouTube and even on my Facebook. And we'll actually be having a class probably on 8th next week. Next month on 8th, I think it's be next week. I think the week after next week, I think on Monday. Let me just confirm. Yeah, on 8th, it will be on Friday. Yeah, on Friday next week. We'll be having a class on Friday next week. Today is on 29th of January 2026. So on 8th of February 2026, we'll start having our class. I'll be showing you guys how to use the advanced speedbots plus advanced analysis tool. By then, I will have done like I will have finished coding the advanced analysis tool so that I can share with you guys, plus strategies and some improvements on the advanced speedbot. Anyway, guys, see you in our next video.